The power behind the curtain. What people don't see is often the most powerful, the inner battles, doubt, and growth behind success. You see the stage lights, the applause, the achievements, the victories. But let me tell you something most fans never get to see. The power behind the curtain. That invisible space where everything actually happens. It's not the medals, the cameras, or the social media highlights. It's the pain. It's the 4 a.m. wake-ups when no one's cheering for you. It's the tears you cry when no one's watching. It's the moment when your body is shaking, your spirit is tired, and you're asking yourself, asterisk, why am I even doing this? Asterisk, that's where the real power lies. Behind the curtain, people often celebrate what you've done, but they rarely ask asterisk what it took to get there. Asterisk, and let me be brutally honest, it takes asterisk everything. Asterisk, the hard truth is, you don't become strong by staying comfortable. You grow by stretching yourself to the edge, by stepping into the unknown with trembling hands and an unshakable heart. Behind every photo that makes it to your feed, there are 100 moments where I doubted myself. Times I questioned if I was enough, if I had what it takes, but I kept showing up. And that's what most people never see showing up when it's asterisk, not asterisk glamorous. Fans might see the highlight reel, but they don't hear the voice inside your head saying, asterisk, you're not good enough. Asterisk, they don't feel the pressure of pushing through injuries, through rejection, through disappointment that hits you like a wave when you thought you were finally rising. They don't see the moments when you lose, when your dream is right there and it slips through your fingers, and still, you choose to begin again. That's the magic they don't know about. That's the kind of power that can't be captured in a headline because it lives in the shadows. In the grind, in the parts of the story that don't get told, I've learned that true strength isn't loud, it's quiet, it's silent perseverance. It's choosing to keep going when nobody is clapping, when no one is validating you. You do it anyway, because something inside you refuses to quit, and that is power. The kind of power that's built, not born. The kind of power that shapes leaders, dreamers, survivors, not because they had it easy, but because they embraced the darkness and chose to walk anyway. So if you're out there chasing something, and no one sees your fight, keep going. You're not failing, you're forming. You're not invisible, you're becoming. The one thing fans don't know is that your greatest wins don't happen under the spotlight. They happen when you fall apart and rebuild again and again and again. Let that be your fire. Let that be your truth. Limitations spark creativity. Real strength isn't avoiding limitations, it's learning to innovate through them. People think limitations are walls, like full stops that end the sentence of possibility. But that's not the truth. The truth, the asterisk, real asterisk truth, is that limitations are not the end. They are the beginning. They are the spark, the invitation, the unexpected doorway to creativity that you would have never found if everything had gone the way you planned. You think a straight path is the best way. No, it's the curves, the cliffs, the detours that teach you how to fly. You think having no limits is what creates greatness. I'm here to tell you that asterisk limits are the reason greatness is born at all. Asterisk, let me break it to you, I lost my legs. That's not poetic. That's raw reality. But do you want to know what happened after that? I gained vision. I gained creativity. I didn't get to do things the normal way anymore. But that pushed me to do things asterisk, my asterisk way. I built my own version of movement. I didn't get to follow the traditional rules, so I wrote new ones. I didn't get handed the same tools everyone else had, so I forged my own. That's what limits do. They shake you up. They call your bluff. They demand that you show up differently. And in doing so, they uncover a level of creativity you didn't even know you had. So many people wait for perfect circumstances. They think, once I have all the resources, once I'm fully healed, once the timing is right. Stop it. Just stop. Perfection is a lie. If you're waiting for everything to line up before you move, you'll be stuck forever. It is your asterisk lack asterisk that forces you to imagine. It is your asterisk pain asterisk that forces you to adapt. It is your asterisk barriers asterisk that force you to innovate. That's not weakness. That's the birthplace of power. What if I told you your biggest challenge might be your biggest breakthrough? What if the very thing you're trying to avoid, the limitation, the diagnosis, the failure, is the exact thing that's going to make you who you were meant to be? That's not a pretty slogan. That's lived experience. I've met Olympians, entrepreneurs, artists, all of them with limitations, and you know what they had in common? They didn't run from the wall, they used it. They turned it into a launch pad. When your options shrink, your focus sharpens. When you can't take every road, you build the one that matters. When your body won't do what it used to, your soul finds another way to speak. That's the beauty of limits. They force you to listen more deeply, to live more intentionally, to create more bravely. So stop seeing your challenge as the end. It's the start. It's the universe saying, let's see what you're really made of. And when that moment comes, when everything feels like it's closing in, don't shrink. Rise, create, adapt. This is not your weakness. This is your canvas. Paint like your life depends on it, because it does. The myth of constant motivation. Even the most driven people aren't motivated. Every day, discipline and purpose carry them forward. Let's clear something up right now. Motivation is not magic. It's not some secret fuel that successful people drink every morning like coffee. People think those who are out there crushing their goals are always inspired, always driven, always pumped up. No, that's a myth, a straight-up lie. Motivation isn't constant. It's a spark, not a power source. And if you rely on it to carry you through the hard days, you'll stop the moment it fades, because it will fade. The most successful people, the ones who make it, they don't depend on motivation. They depend on discipline, on purpose, on the choice to keep going even when every fiber of their being wants to stop. There are mornings I wake up and the last thing I want to do is train or speak or push myself one more inch. I've sat on the edge of my bed and stared at the floor thinking, I don't have it in me today. And you know what I've learned. That moment, that exact moment, is where the real journey begins. Not when it's easy. Not when I feel like it. But when I don't, that's the proving ground. That's where you ask yourself, are you doing this because it's convenient or because it matters? Because if it matters, then you show up not for motivation, but because it's who you are becoming. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for the weather to be perfect before you walk outside. You'll be stuck forever. You have to move anyway. You have to lace up your shoes, step into the storm, and create your own momentum. You have to build routines that don't care how you feel. You have to attach yourself to a deeper why. Something stronger than mood swings and fatigue. For me, it's impact, it's growth. It's knowing that someone, somewhere is watching and thinking, if she can do it, maybe I can too. That's my fuel. That's what gets me out of bed, not because I'm motivated, but because I'm committed. Some days, motivation will be there cheering you on like a fan in the stands. But on the days it's not, that's when you become the champion. When you drag yourself through the reps, the hours, the heartbreak, and you do it anyway. That's discipline, that's resilience, and that's what builds a legacy. Not how excited you were at the beginning, but how consistent you stayed in the middle, even when no one was watching. So stop thinking something's wrong with you because you're not fired up every second. You're human. It's not about feeling ready. It's about choosing to be ready. Choosing to move forward without a spotlight, without applause, without adrenaline. Choosing to honor your path even on the days you feel like crawling. That's where champions are made, not in hype, but in habits. Not in fire, but in follow through. Resilience is a learned skill. Like muscles, resilience grows through intentional effort, not just through crisis. People talk about resilience like it's this magical trait, like you either have it or you don't. Like it's reserved for the strong, the lucky, the chosen few. But let me tell you something real. Resilience is not a gift. It's a skill. A muscle. You're not born with it fully formed. You build it moment by moment, choice by choice, failure by failure. Every time life knocks you flat and you decide to get back up, even when your hands are shaking and your heart is screaming no more. You are building resilience. You don't need to wait for a life shattering tragedy to learn how to be strong. You can start now, right where you are, with what you've got. People say to me, Amy, how are you so resilient? And I look them dead in the eyes and say, because I had no choice. But here's what I've learned, even when it asterisk feels asterisk like there's no choice, there still is. You can crumble, or you can create. You can quit, or you can rise. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. It's brutal. It's messy. It's lonely. But every time you choose to stand, even if you're standing with tears in your eyes and scars on your back, you are teaching your brain and your body that you are capable of more than you thought. We live in a world that praises instant strength. The overnight comeback, the bounce back story. But let me say this loud. Asterisk resilience is not a bounce. Asterisk, it's a build. You don't just snap back from pain. You grow through it. Slowly, quietly, in the dark, where no one's clapping for you. You build it when you go to work the day after a loss, when you reach out for help instead of isolating, when you show up and speak your truth even though your voice shakes. That's real resilience, not polished, not pretty, but powerful. And here's the beautiful twist. The more you practice it, the more it becomes part of you, like muscle memory, like breathing. The first time you face pain, it might break you open. The second time, you'll know where to begin again. The third time, you'll rise a little faster, and eventually not perfectly, but steadily you will learn that you are not defined by what happens asterisk to asterisk you, but by what you asterisk do asterisk with it. So don't wait until your world falls apart to learn how to be strong. Train yourself now, in the little moments, when things go wrong, pause and breathe. When you feel like giving up, take one more step. When your mind tells you you can't prove it wrong. You don't build resilience by waiting. You build it by living. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to train. Every storm is a classroom. Every scar is a lesson. And the strongest people in the world, they didn't start strong. They became strong. One hard choice at a time. Purpose over perfection. Fans often see polished outcomes, but it's purpose, not perfection, that fuels extraordinary results. When people look at someone succeeding, someone thriving on a stage, building something powerful, standing in their light, they often assume it's because they've done everything perfectly, that they followed the rules, that they checked every box, that they never stumbled. But that's not the truth. The truth is, perfection has never been the fuel of greatness. Asterisk purpose asterisk is. It's not about being flawless. It's about being asterisk focused. Asterisk, it's not about never making mistakes. It's about asterisk knowing why asterisk you keep moving forward after everyone. Perfection is paralyzing. It makes you second. Guess every step, every word, every move, and while you're sitting there trying to get it all just right, someone else is out there making asterisk impact asterisk by showing up messy, honest, and real. You don't need to be perfect to matter. You don't need to be polished to be powerful. You just need to remember asterisk why asterisk you started. Because purpose, real purpose, gives you the courage to take action even when your hands are shaking, even when the plan isn't clear, even when people are watching and judging. Especially then. There are so many times in my life when I felt like I wasn't ready, when I felt like I wasn't enough. Like if people really knew how uncertain I felt inside, they'd stop believing in me. But I kept going, not because I was the best, not because I had it all figured out, but because there was something bigger than me pulling me forward. A message, a mission, a reason that made every fall worth getting back up for. That's what kept me going, not the applause, not the validation. But the asterisk impact asterisk I knew I could have if I just kept showing up. And guess what? Fans don't see that. They see the curated version, the highlight reel. But behind every moment of impact is 1,000 imperfect steps. 1,000 choices to keep going when it wasn't pretty. They see the performance, not the panic attack backstage. They hear the speech, not the inner voice saying, "Who do you think you are?" But those moments, the gritty, uncertain, imperfect ones, are where purpose takes root. That's where real power is born. When you choose purpose over perfection, you stop trying to impress and start trying to asterisk connect. Asterisk, you stop performing and start asterisk transforming. Asterisk, that's what people feel. That's what changes lives. You want to make a difference. Stop chasing perfection and start owning your purpose. Speak even if your voice wavers. Act even if your plan isn't perfect. Show up even if you feel a little broken. Because someone out there needs what you carry not in its most polished form, but in its most asterisk authentic asterisk form. So stop waiting to be perfect. Stop hiding behind the fear of not doing it right. Just move. Just start. The world doesn't need your perfection. It needs your purpose, raw, real, and unapologetically alive. That's what makes you unstoppable. That's what makes you unforgettable. Your struggle can be your superpower. The very thing that feels like a setback might be the spark for your biggest breakthrough. Everyone wants to hide their struggle. They want to tuck it away, bury it under a smile, keep it out of the story. But what if I told you that the thing you're most ashamed of, the pain you wish you could erase, could be the exact thing that sets you apart? The very thing that makes people lean in, listen, and believe in themselves. That's not weakness. That's asterisk your superpower. Asterisk, and most people never realize it because they're too busy trying to pretend it didn't happen. We grow up thinking struggle is something to be embarrassed about, that it makes us less, but I'm here to tell you, it makes you asterisk more. Asterisk, it makes you deeper. It makes you wiser. It makes you powerful in a way that can't be taught in a classroom or captured in a resume. You can read every book, watch every tutorial, follow every coach, but nothing will teach you more than your own pain. That heartbreak, that failure, that diagnosis, that loss, it wasn't meaningless. It wasn't random, it was a tool, it was a teacher, and if you let it, it will sharpen you into something unbreakable. I didn't choose to lose my legs, but I did choose to turn that loss into a launch. I chose to use that pain as fuel to ask, asterisk, what can I create from this? Asterisk, asterisk, who can I become because of this? Asterisk, that question changed my life, and you can ask yourself the same thing. You're not just the product of your wins. You are shaped, strengthened, and sculpted by every single thing that tried to stop you and failed. That's your edge. That's your brilliance. People connect with your scars, not your shine. They trust you more when you let them see what you've walked through. When you don't pretend to be invincible, but show them how you got back up again and again and again. That's what leadership looks like. That's what impact sounds like, not perfection, but proof that you've been through the fire and asterisk refused asterisk to let it consume you. So stop trying to erase the hard parts of your story. Own them, speak them, use them. That moment you hit rock bottom, someone else is there right now, and they're looking for proof that they can climb back up. Be that proof. That failure you think disqualifies you, that might be the very thing that makes someone believe they're not too far gone. Show them. Your pain is a bridge if you're willing to stop hiding it and start standing on it. The truth is, your struggle will either define you or refine you, and that choice is yours. You can let it break you, or you can let it build something no one saw coming. Don't waste your pain. Don't wait for someone to give you permission to turn it into power. You are allowed to rise with the very things that tried to bury you, not in spite of them, but asterisk because of them. Asterisk, that is your power. That is your story. That is your superpower.